Hey everybody, let me show you what I got going on today. I got a G drive right there. You see the G upside down G. So that came in, would not mount, not readable. Got it connected here to my RapidSpar. My drive to store data on. And we got the RapidSpar Assistant running. So it's going through. At least we could read the drive, we could read the serial number, we could read this capacity. All that is good. And now it's going through. We do see the 3 partitions there. So it was mounting that small partition, that 3.8 gig, I guess it was that one, or maybe it was the 200. But when it was loading up, it would mount that partition, I think like a utility partition. But it wouldn't mount the others. On Windows, you could see that the other partitions were still there. So see here, as you've been seeing, you got green, you got red. So there is damage on that drive. So this will be an interesting one because it is reading, but with problems. Not enough problems where it's clicking or it's really get stuck. And here we're running in right there. If you see that imaging, balance mode is, well, right there, balance, right? You could skip bads, which is the top one. If you got a really bad drive that you think is gonna just not make it, you do the skip bads. So hits the first red sector and then it's just gonna skip. Then you have dig bad, which is try to read. That you do on a second, third pass, things like that. Whereas you've already gotten all the good stuff, and then you're just, going for the last bit of info, and maybe it breaks the camel's back, but it doesn't really matter. And then balance, right? Which is, don't skip it, but don't dig it. Just kind of like, I don't know what the algorithm is for it, but you figure what it is. So as you see, now we got a bunch of green, and then we just got a little red there. So that's gonna go for a while. It's a terabyte. I don't know how long it's gonna go for. Oh shoot, it just finished. Wow, that was interesting. So that was, that wasn't the recovery. That's just the try to find the files and folders. Yeah, all right. So it looks good. Give you a quick peek. So this is like that second step. So here, it found that partition and then it identified folders. Sometimes you can't identify the folders at all, and then you get like this folder down here that says lost. So these are, files. Oh man, a lot of them. So these are lost files that basically it's a JPEG, right? So those are pictures, videos that, it can't identify. Those are things probably in those red zones, can't identify the name of the folder, things like that. But it could almost identify that it's a JPEG, so it kind of, pulls that together without the other identifiable information. So that's that one. There's 2 JPEGs in there. Yeah, so there's a bunch of pictures. That one, who knows what that is? Yeah. Which makes sense, what we just saw there makes sense, right? It wasn't all green. We had a good portion of green. I would say, I don't know, maybe 80% green. So a lot of the stuff was readable. And again, you did see that red problem, can't read. If you can't, read the whole picture, then sometimes you'll get a picture that gets, distorted. And all those go into that lost folder just because it doesn't know the name or where it belonged. Just throws it in there. Makes it a little more challenging, if you had your stuff organized, then you got to go in there and see what's what's what, you know, if you had it by year or by event. I don't know how many are in there. Let me see if I click on that lost folder. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there. So in that lost folder, there's 3 gigs, 2,100 files. That doesn't mean there's 2,100 pictures, but you know, there's a lot of stuff in there. So if you got 3 gigs, yeah, there's maybe 1,000 pictures in there. Now, if we click on the other G drive, damn, that thing is loaded. Yeah, so we got about 400 gigs there. So now what we'll do is I'm going to select all the picture folders, the ones that are identifiable first. I think I'm going to go into skip bad. I'm going to run the first one skipping the bad sectors for a couple of reasons. One is because we see that there's a lot of bad sectors, so no, you know, don't want to spend too much time on that, and that we have 400 gigs of data. So, you know, 400 gigs of data, that's, I don't know, it says 6,100 files, but yeah, it could be something like that. So there is damage to the drive or to the heads or to the platter, to whatever. 400 gigs, that's going to take a long time recovering that. And when I say a long time, I don't know, that could take, it could take 10, 12 hours. So if you're going to, you know, we're going to go 10, 12 hours, do we want to be, you know, digging bad sectors or double trying sectors for 10 hours and then maybe getting a quarter of the way in the drive, you know, potentially getting worse? I'm going to say no. My angle on this is going to be, let's go through those 400 gigs, pick off all the ripe fruit, the low-hanging fruit right off of the bat. Once we get all that low-hanging fruit, then we'll follow up with a couple other passes and dig a little deeper, you know, before it gets totally messed up. I'll let you know how it goes. That's what's going on right here, right now at PC 9, 1, and a 1.